Welcome to the start of No Nut November. For anyone who's new to this, No Nut November, or NNN, is a simple challenge where you try to avoid any form of sexual release for the entire month. This isn't just about self-control or saying no to things. It's really about testing your discipline in a way that can bring out your best qualities, like focus, patience, and self-awareness. But here's something important to keep in mind. NNN isn't some magic cure or a life-changing fix. It's just a fun way to experiment with breaking habits and building a stronger mindset. Think of it this way. NNN gives you a chance to see how you feel when you're not tied to certain routines or urges. Some people find they feel more energized or confident. Others notice they're able to concentrate better. Maybe you'll discover benefits like these, or maybe it'll simply be a good challenge that shows you what's possible. This month, we're here to see how far we can go without putting too much pressure on ourselves. Remember, NNN is just a tool, a small step to help us get a little bit better and see what's on the other side of this habit. So, take this challenge as a bit of fun and use it to explore a new side of yourself. No Nut November isn't just about avoiding certain things for a month. It's a way to get a taste of what more discipline can do in our lives. Think of NNN as a tool to practice self-control, even if it's challenging. The goal here isn't to focus on the end result or just getting through the month. Instead, it's a chance to understand why self-control can be powerful in so many areas, whether it's avoiding distractions, managing stress, or just keeping focused on what really matters to us. Taking on a challenge like this can help us realize that change isn't about big, sudden moves. Small steps, like making it through one day at a time, actually build up to something meaningful. But let's also remember that NNN itself isn't a complete fix or life transformation. It's a starting point. By the end of this month, you might see that the practice of discipline here can translate to other parts of life, from working on personal goals to being more focused in relationships or studies. This month is really about exploring self-control and seeing how good habits can grow when we give them time and effort. So, try to focus on learning and improving as you go. NNN is just a tool to help you see what you're capable of. To make it through No Nut November, it helps to have a few simple strategies in place. First, one of the most important things you can do is to stay away from porn completely. This might seem obvious, but it's essential because watching porn makes this challenge a lot harder. It's not just about avoiding it for this month. Cutting out porn can actually make you feel better over time. You'll notice a difference in how you feel, how motivated you are, and even how confident you might be. So, if you're serious about NNN, stay away from any kind of tempting content that might lead you back to old habits. Another helpful tip is to have a clear reason for doing this challenge. Without a strong reason, it's easy to give up when things get tough. Think about why you want to complete NNN. Maybe it's to feel more focused, maybe it's to gain some self-respect, or maybe you just want to see what's possible when you push yourself. Having a reason that means something to you makes it easier to stick to your goal, especially when you feel tempted to give up. Also, it's a great idea to direct your energy towards something positive. This is called transmuting your energy. Whenever you feel a strong urge, try to put that energy into something productive, like working out, learning a new skill, or doing something you're passionate about. This way, you're not just trying to ignore your urges. You're actually turning them into something useful that helps you improve in other areas of life. It keeps your mind busy and gives you a sense of accomplishment, which can help keep you going through the month. During No Nut November, there will be moments when you feel a strong urge or craving. This is completely normal, and handling these moments calmly is key. One of the best things you can do is to take a deep breath and stay relaxed. Don't panic or feel like you have to do something drastic. Just sit with the feeling and remind yourself that it will pass. Urges come and go, and if you stay calm, they'll fade sooner than you think. Think of it like waiting out a wave. It's intense for a moment, but if you're patient, it loses its strength. You can also try to view the urge as just a feeling, not something you have to act on. Just because it's there doesn't mean you need to react. Take a few moments to breathe deeply and focus on something else, whether it's a simple task, a few stretches, or even just looking around and noticing your surroundings. Recognizing that urges are temporary can make them much easier to handle. Remember, You have more control than you might think. It's okay to feel the urge, but know that you're in charge of what you choose to do with it. Staying calm, breathing, and letting the urge pass without reacting can help you stay on track with your challenge and build even stronger self-control. Taking on No Nut November can feel challenging, but it becomes a lot easier when you're not doing it alone. Finding a community or support group, even an online one, can really help you stay motivated. There are plenty of people who are going through the same experience, facing the same struggles, and trying to make it through the month just like you. Being able to share your progress, ask for advice, or simply talk about the experience with others makes a big difference. It reminds you that you're not alone in this challenge, and that support can keep you going. When you join a community, or even have a friend doing NNN with you, you have someone to keep you accountable. It's easier to stay committed when you know others are cheering you on or counting on you to stick with it. You can also celebrate small wins together, which can make the whole experience more enjoyable. So, if you can, reach out to a friend or join a group where people are also doing NNN. You'll find that having others by your side makes it feel less like a struggle and more like a shared journey. Knowing that other people are with you every step of the way can give you the strength to keep pushing forward. One important thing to remember during No Nut November is that any progress is still progress, even if it's not perfect. Maybe you set out to make it through the whole month but slipped up along the way. Instead of seeing it as a failure, try to recognize how far you've come. If you went even a few days or weeks without giving in, that's an achievement in itself. Every small step forward helps build your self-discipline, and that's something to be proud of. The real goal of NNN is to make positive changes, not to be perfect. If you learned to handle urges better, or went longer than you usually do without certain habits, that's a win. This is all about improving, not about being flawless. So don't be hard on yourself if things didn't go perfectly. Celebrate the progress you did make, and use that to keep going. Remember, each step you take now helps set up good habits for the future. By focusing on the progress you made, no matter how small, you'll feel more motivated to keep working on yourself. No Nut November is just the start, and even small wins can be the foundation for lasting change. As we wrap up, let's go over the main points to keep in mind for No Nut November. First, remember that NNN is a challenge meant to help you practice self-control and explore new levels of discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about seeing what you can achieve when you focus on your goals. Staying away from porn is key, as it helps you reset and makes the challenge easier. Having a strong reason for doing this, and knowing why it matters to you personally, will give you a sense of purpose when things get tough. Whenever you feel a strong urge, remember to stay calm and breathe. These moments are temporary, and learning to manage them is a big part of building self-control. Connecting with others who are also doing NNN can be a huge help. Support from people on the same journey makes it easier to stay motivated and accountable. And finally, celebrate the progress you make, even if it's not perfect. Every bit of effort counts, and those small wins add up to meaningful change. No Nut November is just the beginning of what's possible with a little more discipline and focus. So, take it one day at a time, enjoy the journey, and remember that any progress you make is a step toward a stronger, more focused you.